Hi, I'm Cash from DockyDock. So today I'm going to show you how to insert a tube into the DockyDock. So this might be a situation where if you have some kind of accidental damage, you may have a hurricane or some kind of puncture where by accident the DockyDock tube has been punctured and the air is escaping. So there's a solution to this and we can help you fix it by simply supplying a tube which goes inside the DockyDock. So
okay, show us the tube.
this is the tube that's going to be inserted into the DockyDock, and then this, which is an inflatable, is going to be converted to be a skin. So it's going to be an outer skin, and the tube will go inside of it.
Yeah.
To understand the chambers in the dock, there's 3 separate chambers in the DockyDock. You've got the port side, you've got the starboard side, and you've also got the valve.
Okay, show us the length from where to where.
So from the very end, this tube will stop here.
So
It's separated on the inside, so
that start end up in here. That's all one chamber.
you can see the inside separation. This is now a separate front piece,
This is the bow chamber. Yeah.
and then this is the port side, which comes all the way up to around here.
Okay, can you deflate the bow so we can see the borders of the chambers?
Right, so with the front deflated, you can see the port side. You can actually feel it with your hands. So you can feel, this is the join, and this is all the port side section. So what we'll be doing today for the purpose of this video, we're going to choose the port side to be the side where we're going to repair and insert the tube. So this, for the video, is going to be the defected side. So the next step, now you know the internals of the DockyDock, how it's structured, we need to make a cut and add a zip. So the first,
So how many cuts are you gonna do?
so the first one will be the zip. We apply the zip and then we cut the tube. We don't want to cut it before we apply the zip. So
Where are you gonna do the cuts? Just show us, please.
yeah, so the zip is going to be in the very front, and then there's going to be a cut to where we cut this valve out. You may have a DockyDock where the valve is on the top, or the valve might be on the side. It's the same process, it just the valve positioning is different.
But in any way, you do the cut in here, isn't it? Yeah, it does.
The cut's going to be here.
So 2 cuts, 1 cut here and 1 cut at the front. Shall we start with the front, please? Yeah.
So the first thing is inflate the side, which you're going to be doing the repair on. So in this case we've got the port side. Now we can see here that the port side tube is guarded off, is segregated here at this point. We can see the welding line on the internals. So we want to start the zip 1 foot away from where the internal join is. So we've measured 30 centimeters here, which takes us to this section. So
you don't really cut close to the...
you don't want to cut right next to the joint. You want to measure 30
Yeah, so you'll be
away.
away from the bow
Yeah,
chamber.
30 now we'll go back to the front, and what we'll need is a knife and hair. So the situation at this end, this valve is going to be protruding out of the DockyDock here, so we need to make sure there's a hole here so the valve is accessible. So fortunately on this DockyDock the valve is in the same position, so I'm going to trace.
So you recommend about 8 centimeter to 10 centimeter.
Yeah, we can send the patch necessary. I mean, this is essentially the width of the cut, that's 7.5 centimeters.
In inches for our clients in the United States.
About 3 inches.
3 inches?
Yeah.
Okay, 3 to 4 inches hole. That's what you need.
But we're not going to cut it yet. We're going to make sure we keep the air inside until we glue the zip. So we've
Okay,
marked,
glue the zip first, and then we come to cut this again.
yeah,
Okay.
so we've marked out where it needs to be. That's where we're going to cut.
Yeah.
We'll leave this here for now. We'll put another coat on the glue.
Yeah.
So, we've marked the circle we're going to be cutting. I'm going to go just around the outside of the circle to avoid the cap. So again, take your time, there's no rush.
Yeah, some cases the valve actually on another position, but whatsoever, I guess they need to make this hole
Yeah.
4 inches, perhaps 3.5 inches, 4 inches sufficient.
So let's say, for example, your valve on your DockyDock, it's not here. Let's say the valve is on the side. You're going to still cut this hole. That's still required. But what we'll have to do after you've cut the hole, we'll send you a lock-in a key to
Span
unlock
like
this,
that.
unlock the
Right,
valve.
sure. Yeah.
And this is to untie the valve. In our case, we've just cut it out. If you have to untie the valve, then this spanner, you can hold the back of the valve, and then you can use the spanner to unlock it, and it'll just untie it. And when it's on the DockyDock, you can hold it and loosen it.
Yeah, but that will leave a hole on the side.
That will leave a hole in the side, of course, which you can use the patch to patch over.
And you glue it, yeah.
And use the glue.
Yeah, to
with the
seal the hole.
same method, but just with the patch.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're ready now to feed the pipe through the tube.
So that's the tube, and you feed it through the chamber, you mean, yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, okay, so we're now going to prepare the tube. Okay.
So for this, we're going to use what we have on hand, just a long piece of metal. So essentially anything that you can use as a long stick to pass the rope through the chamber. So this is what we've got to use. So we've got the rope, we've got the stick, we tied it to the end. We're going to feed it through the hole that we've just made. So this is going through the chamber. We'll see what it comes up to. You might be able to reach. Can you push that through a bit more? So once we've fed the rope in.
Yeah. So, some cases, like if the DockyDock is very long, like 40 foot, perhaps you can join 2 sticks, you know, two timbers, yeah,
Two together.
and you find your way to pass the rope. Yeah.
There we go. So got the rope there. Take that out. Yep. Now, this is what we're going to tie to the tube.
Yeah,
so
but you need.
Inflate the tube.
Yeah.
We're going to bring it over here, and we're going to pull the tube through. We're going to drag it with the rope through the chamber.
Good. Settlement now. Yeah.
This is important that you put the tube the correct way around. The valve, of course, needs to be open to the hole that you've cut here.
Yeah.
So it's important that when you tie the rope onto the handle, that is, the valve is going to be on this end here.
Yeah, but that need to be well deflated, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you've not got an air pump with the air to deflate, we have an air pump, so we don't need to wait.
So now you're gonna vacuum the air out. Yeah. Okay.
Right. That's the air out of the tube. Now we're ready to tie the rope onto the end. So we're going to take this over here.
Yeah.
This tie ties here.
So you need to make sure that it's not twisted when it's inside. Yeah.
Position. So, now on that end, you're going to need somebody to help you.
So we'll pull it maybe. Yeah.
So, if you've got a hammer or a stick, you could wrap the rope around it and pull. Makes it a little bit easier. So, I'm going to use this, wrap the rope around it.
Yeah.
I can pull, so
Yeah.
it's much easier. So,
Yeah, you need to take your time and make sure that when it's fed inside, it's nice and tidy.
So I'm going to start pulling.
Yeah, so you need to be a bit slow to make sure the tube does not twist. It's all nice and straight.
Push the joint.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, we zip that after when it's half inflated. So let's see what is the situation at that end.
So we pulled it all the way. Tuck the handle in. You can see the valve is appeared. We're going to inflate it and now we're going to see how it looks.
That's enough. Yeah.
So, there we have.
For example, I mean, if they have a hole here, then they need to.
If you've got a hole here, then
You need to patch it. Yeah.
patch the hole.
The hole because of the valve. Yeah, because the valve could be here or here.
Yeah, it depends which DockyDock
Yeah.
you have.
So the operation is completed and successful. It's very easy. Now, if you inflate the,
You inflate the front, and then
yeah, let's inflate the bow. Now we see what it looks like. Right, that's nice and successful and easy operation.
yeah,
So now we have, here is inflatable, the bow is inflatable, but we can see here there is a little kind of border between the tube and the flate. But makes no difference. So there's no worries of this little gap here, because the idea of the DockyDock is to float.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll still be completely
Yeah.
safe.
And that's it. But we need to mention about the metal. This operation has to be done after the metal is dismantled, and then they need to reassemble again.
So you'll completely disassemble the DockyDock. Make sure there's no metal, there's no
Yeah,
add-ons. Make sure
And-
it holds the water.
yeah. And when the tube is inserted, then you assemble again the metal, and it's back in the water. And tell us about the advantage here. This is much more secured, the tube.
It's definitely more secure having this tube system.
Because it's easy to fix if anything, and if another accident happened,
Exactly.
Yeah, you can take the tube out and fix it easily. Okay.
Thank you very much.